Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of the Versatility Podcast. For today's episode, I'm back. So we are going to be doing Week 5 predictions for the NFL. By the way, by the way, it's already Week 5. Are you serious? It's already Week 5. We have a London game tomorrow at 9:30 in the morning at Eastern Standard Time. What? How is it already Week 5? I don't know. Week 6 college football is today. As I'm watching UCLA Penn State right now, late in the game. UCLA just got a garbage time touchdown, the first touchdown of the whole damn game. They're still losing this one, but I'll talk about the other games that are still yet to happen. I'll make my predictions for those games, and I'll recap all the other games for the next episode, or the not the next episode, because the next episode is the music episode, which I should be working on later tonight or tomorrow. Also, the thumbnail of this of just me started recording looks pretty odd. I'm just gonna avoid looking at that. So let's just get straight to it, y'all. Let's get straight to it, y'all. So we don't waste any more fucking time here. Yeah, still sick, but I'm not dying. I'm not dying. So we should be fine. Let's let's talk about the wild card series. Let's talk about baseball. Let's just start shit off with the baseball right now because oh boy, oh my goodness, the wild card series was interesting. Let's just look at the bracket. Actually, let's look at the bracket. So right now, we got the division series. The first game between the Tigers and the Guardians. It's going on right now between the Tigers and the Guardians at the bottom of the sixth inning. It's a 5-0 game. It was the Guardians who scored 5 runs in the first inning, and obviously no runs since then up until now. But let's talk about the wild card series. Starting off with the Detroit Tigers, they swept the Houston Astros, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, they did. Yes, they did. So, talking about Game 1. Wait, let me look at. Can I get like the schedule kind of? Yeah, let me see like the. So, okay, So yeah, Game 1, they got. It was 5-2. It was 5-2 in Game 1. Actually, wait, guys, let me go on. I want to see it like a little bit more clear, but just to kind of like make it easier for me. There we go. So in Game 1, the Tigers won 3-1. Excuse me. This is Game 1. They scored 3 runs in the second inning. A couple RBIs from Matt Verling, an RBI, Jake Rogers, Trey Sweeney, and the Astros. They got that 1 run in the bottom of the 9th inning. The bases were loaded, and there was 1 or 2 outs remaining, or it was 2 outs, I believe. Bases loaded. Yordan Alvarez was at the plate, and he sent a liner to first base, and well, it was a liner, and he was out. But that could have definitely tied the game. Pretty scary at the bottom of the 9th. It could have been potentially a walk off, or it could have been at least a tied ball game, and we would have went to extra innings in Game 1. However, in Game 2, it was mostly Detroit. Actually, no. Let me talk a little bit more about Game 1 because of the pitching was amazing. Tarek Skubal pitched in Game 1, phenomenal. Where is he? There we go. He pitched 6 innings, 4 hits, no earned runs. He had a 1 walk and he had 6 strikeouts. He was dicing the Houston Astros. They couldn't. And when they put up their first run on the bottom of the 9th, that's where they were really getting their most production out of. Again, the 1 RBI was from Yainer Diaz, who also had a hit and a walk prior to that. Framber Valdez was the starting pitcher. He pitched for 1 out of 3 innings. 1 4 1/3 innings, 7 hits, 3 earned runs, 2 walks, and 3 strikeouts. Decent performance for Framber. And again, the bullpen kind of was all over the place here. They had some good guys on the bullpen, but I mean, Ronald Blanco came out 4 strikeouts. I mean, damn, more than fucking Valdez in 4 innings, and he did it in 2 innings. So, I mean, the pitching was pretty good for the most part in this entire series. But the Tigers, they were able to, put up more runs, and they caught up. And in Game 2, they put up 5 runs. There was an RBI and a home run to start things off by Parker Meadows. I think this was like in the sixth inning. I believe this was in the sixth inning. It was a 1-0 ball game. Then eventually the Astros, they took the lead in the bottom of the seventh. It was a two runs right there, put them up. But then in the top of the eighth, 4 runs. 4 runs they scored. The Detroit Tigers scored in that top of the eighth inning, and then eventually that momentum just completely shifted. I mean, it was Houston. It was Detroit with the advantage, and Houston were up by 1 in the bottom of the seventh. Then entering the top of the eighth inning, boom, 4 runs are scored, and then the Astros are in a really tight situation, and they did not prevail since then. So congratulations to the Detroit Tigers. They took down the bad and evil Houston Astros, and they're not going to even be in the division series. I think for the first time in like pretty much a decade. I think maybe since like 2016, 2015 was probably the last time they did not make the division series or something like that. They've been a great team for the past decade. So, as if you guys needed to know that, the Tigers, they move on to the division series, and obviously they're playing right now. Now let's talk about the next series. This was a boring series. I expected a little bit more production, but I mean, game one was game one, right? Bobby Witt Jr., he had, I believe, a double or a base hit to put up the only RBI or the only run in this entire ball game. 1-0 Royals winning game one. And then Cole Reagans had an amazing game, 6 innings, 4 hits, 0 earned runs, no walks, and 8 strikeouts. He was phenomenal. He was striking everybody out. I mean, the Orioles had no production here. I mean, yeah, what Jordan Westberg, I mean, he had a base hit. Gunnar Henderson got walked. Ryan O'Hearn got walked. It's just, the Orioles are a great team offensively. Their lineup is fucking deadly, but they just were on a cold streak. They kind of just fell through, and that's later half of that September, early in September, they were really competing with the Yankees for that division, and they just kind of slipped out of that race. And then here they are entering the postseason pretty cold. And yeah, they lost a lot of games just because they got pretty cold at the wrong time. Even though Corbin Burns had a pretty good game. I mean, he pitched 8 innings, 5 hits, allowed 5 hits, an earned run, a walk, and 3 strikeouts. I mean, damn, only 3 strikeouts, but I mean, he's not really a K. He's not really a strikeout guy, really. He just likes to get deep inside. Pause. But he was still, he was still able to reduce only a run to the Royals. But I mean, that one run was still enough to beat Baltimore. It was still enough to beat Baltimore. So that was that. And then in game 2, not much offense, but we got definitely more than a run. 2-1 ball game. The Royals, they sweep the Orioles 2-1. In game 2, and then they obviously win 2-0 in the series. So, I mean, yeah, an RBI from Bobby Witt Jr. again, Vinny Pasquantino, and Seth Lugo. He pitched for 4 innings and 1/3 for 5 hits, an earned run, a walk, and 6 strikeouts. So he had a decent game as well. And then for that one shot, it was Cedric Mullins who had an RBI, and then Zach Eflin was the starting pitcher. He had 4 innings, 4 hits, an earned run, a walk, and 3 strikeouts. Yeah, man. You cannot score fuck, man. You cannot score 1 run in 18 innings. Like, you're not going to win ball games, man. I mean, clearly that Royals pitching was absolutely dominant. Dude, they shut them out in game 1, and then game 2 they put up a 1 run. Like, that's not enough, man. You putting up 1 run in 18 innings is terrible. And clearly showing signs that there was no regret. They just didn't have a chance. That pitching was too good, man. They were swinging and missing balls over left and right. It was complete chaos here. It was complete chaos here. Not to bust their bubble, but I mean, they were a favorite. They were a favorite for the World Series, this season, and they definitely have all the talent in the world to get to that spot. But damn. You weren't able to pull through in the wild card series against the Royals. At least give them a push. Offensively, y'all have an amazing lineup, and y'all scored 1 run. That's insane, man. That's insane. Anyways, I mean the Orioles. I knew that the Royals were going to win the series, but I expected a little bit more from that. And the Guardians scored another couple runs. They scored a couple more runs now. Now let's talk about the Braves. Let's talk about the Braves Padres series. So In game one, we had the Padres sweeping or shutting out the Braves 4-0. We had Tatis Jr. hit a 2-run home run in the bottom of the first inning to really start things off very hot with the Padres. And then we got a home run by Kyle Hishioka. I think it was in the 8th or 7th inning, I believe. It was in the 8th inning. And Michael King, he was dominant in game one. 7 innings, 5 hits, 0 earned runs, no walks, and 12 strikeouts. Oh, boy, he was cooking the Atlanta Braves offense. And the Braves, couldn't get much production here, as you could see. And they just really had to use a lot of relievers. The bullpen was really being utilized for the most part in this game. You had 4 pitchers with 4 hits and 3 earned runs. It was just the Braves, man, all those injuries. But I feel like after game 2, they just kind of, or not after game 2, but like in the later innings of game 2, they kind of just fell flat. They scored a couple runs in that 8th inning, as you could see. I mean, obviously they still lost 5-4. And of course, the Padres, they got swept. The Braves got swept by the Padres 5-4 here in 2-0 in the series. And then you see Michael Harris, he had a home run. He put up 2 RBIs. Jorge Soler hit a home run. Max Fried, yeah, he was not great. Didn't play terrible, but like not phenomenal either. Only pitched for 2 innings. Excuse me. My goodness, I'm still fucked. 8 hits, 5 earned runs, no walks, and 2 strikeouts. So he clearly was still kind of figuring things out a bit. Luis Arias, he had a run, 2 hits. Tatis had 3 runs, or 3 hits, excuse me. Ishioka hit another home run in game 2. It was phenomenal. And then Joe Musgrove, unfortunately, he suffered an injury. But before he suffered an injury, he was dealing 3 2/3 of an inning. He had a hit, earned run, 0 walks, and then 4 strikeouts. Yeah, unfortunately, though, he's going to be out for the remainder of the postseason. So, unfortunately, now they're down to they lost the main guy in their starting lineup, or not in the starting lineup, in their starting rotation. So, unfortunately, that's a bum for the Padres at the moment. But I think the Padres are still a threat. I mean, they go up against the Dodgers next series or this series. In the division series, it's going to be phenomenal. We'll get to the division series in a second. Now that we got to talk about the last matchup between the Mets and the Brewers. In game 1, it was Mets-Brewers. As you can see here, the Mets, they played pretty well. I mean, Mark Vientos had 2 RBIs. Winker Martinez had 2 RBIs. Marte had an RBI. Luis Severino, 6 innings, 8 hits, 3 earned runs, 2 walks, and 3 strikeouts. He was pretty good. Bryce Terang didn't really do much here. Jackson Chourio had a hit, had an RBI, and he had Wilson Contreras getting 2 RBIs as well. Rhys Hoskins, and then we got the bullpen kind of closing in. Freddie Peralta had 4 innings, 2 hits, 1 earned run, a walk, and 5 strikeouts. But the Mets, they pretty much killed over in game 1. Now in game 2, it was electric because the Braves not the Braves, excuse me, the Mets took over. They were up 3-1 after entering the bottom of the 2nd inning. Then it was really just the Brewers after that. I mean, Lindor, Nimmo, and Francisco Alvarez, they picked up an RBI. Sean Manaea had pitched 5 innings, 6 hits, 2 earned runs, a walk, and 4 strikeouts. But yeah, pretty much it was just nothing there for the Mets there. The Brewers, my goodness, Jackson Chourio, he was a dog. 2 RBIs, 2 home runs in this game. Blake Perkins had a RBI, and then Garrett Mitchell, he also had 2 RBIs and a home run as well. As he was he was a pinch runner even in this game as well. He was the DH in this game. I mean, phenomenal here. And then Frankie Montes was the starting pitcher. He had 3.2 innings pitched, 6 hits, 1 earned run, 1 walk, 3 strikeouts. Brewers, they took down game 2, but unfortunately game 3, it was a different situation. This is the only series that went to 3 games, but either or. Then we had Pete Alonso. Well, actually, let's talk about the Brewers first because they retaliated. It was all scoreless until we got to the bottom of the 7th inning, where it was Jake Bowers who hit a home run, and then Sal Frelick hit a home run. They both went back to back home runs in the bottom of the second inning, and then bada bing, bada boom. Oh my goodness, it's electric. Bottom of the seventh inning, back-to-back home runs. Oh my goodness, the Mets have messed it up. They met it up. And then in the top of the ninth, down to their last out, Pete Alonso hit a 3-run home run. Hit a 3-run home run. And gives the Mets the lead 3-2. And then another RBI on top of that. Who else hit the RBI for fucking... I mean, they scored another run. I forgot who scored the other RBI, but the Brewers choked it. The Mets almost messed it up, but the Brewers choked. Congrats to the Mets. Fuck y'all. Anyways, Tigers, Guardians. I'm going with the Guardians in this series. Mets, Phillies. I'm going for the Phillies. Royals, Yankees. Give me the Yankees. Dodgers, Padres. Give me the Dodgers. Give me the Dodgers in 5. Give me the Yankees in 4. Give me the Phillies in 4, maybe 4, hopefully. Guardians in 5. Guardians in 5. Dodgers in 5. Yankees in 4. Phillies in 4. Boom. That's what we're gonna do. That's what we're gonna do there. So those are my predictions for the division series. And now that we already finished the wild card, let me just kind of. Okay. All right, let me go to here real quick to NFL. Oh, I'm already here. Okay. Anyways, let's just say. Wait, what? Hold on. Oh shit! I thought. Oh, Odell Beckham is gonna play this tomorrow. He's gonna play tomorrow. Oh shit! Whoa. Hold on. I thought he wasn't going to be active until like November or something. Damn. Well, she's going to be back for tomorrow against the Patriots. So that's going to be interesting. Okay. Got to keep that in mind. All right. Let me just kind of scroll down, kind of show you guys a little bit of like the news, players of the week, all that, because we're moving straight to football. I mean, everything else is football related stuff. And then we'll get to the predictions for college and for the NFL. And that'll be that for today's episode. Guys, memes. I caught up with the memes, unfortunately, so I really haven't. Next week, for this week's memes, I will bring it back. But for this week, just like last week, I couldn't be able to do memes. And to be honest, I'm not gonna lie, the memes weren't like, they were cool, but they weren't amazing. So even if I did react to them, I wouldn't have been like really laughing there's some weeks that they're kind of hit or miss, and I'm not like really like dying, and I want them to really be good. I don't want to just watch some mediocre ass memes. I want them to really hit. I really want them to make it worth, like, this is great content. But the memes last week, there just wasn't much chaos. Or at least it just wasn't, I don't know. For me, I think the memes were just kind of mid last week. So hopefully this week we're going to get some good shit so we can get to react to it and put it back on the podcast. Because, I mean, we're already in week 5. We're already in fucking week 5. I mean, god damn it. It's insane. Anyways, let's talk about the offensive and defensive rookies of the month. Oh my goodness. I am sorry that I have to be like ducking my damn head every single thing, but whatever. Jaden Daniels, phenomenal. Offensive rookie of the month. As you can see, he put up 897 passing yards. He had rushed for 218 yards. He had 7 touchdowns and 107.4 passing rating. Phenomenal stuff for Jaden Daniels. I mean, dude has led this Commanders team with the division at the moment. They're up 3-1. That's the record right now, 3-1. They're on top of the NFC East against the Cowboys team that's just kind of been slumping up and down, blah, 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 blah. Eagles, their defense is dog shit, and the Eagles are kind of still suffering without A.J. Brown, Davante Smith. They got booty raced by the Buccaneers last week, so the Eagles got to pick things up, and the Giants are the Giants. While the Commanders, their defense is absolute dog shit. We got Jaden Daniels really carrying this offense, is really putting his team on his back. So Phenomenal stuff for Jaden Daniels. He's going to be my starting quarterback for fantasy this week because I have no fucking other choice. Joe Burrow, good luck, but I'm going to have to put this man. We're going to have to rotate, man. I'm going to have to rotate with this man. This man was cooking in my bench for the last 2 weeks. Now, you better not fucking have an off game. You better not have an off game this week just because I put you in the starting lineup after having 2 straight weeks of great point. Like, don't fuck me up now. This week is going to be tough for me. I might lose in fantasy. I'm off to like 30 points off. Like, you really got to put up a good fucking game for me. Don't let me down, Jaden Daniels. Have a great game. A great game. Not a good game. You've been putting amazing numbers, so keep that shit up. Offensive Rookie of the Month right now. Offensive Rookie of the Year looking like right now. I mean, for the first month of the season, this man is going to win Offensive Rookie of the Year. Just keep this shit up. Caleb Williams, who? He's dog shit for now, right now. Dog, he's, last game he was actually decent, but for right now, he's... Now, for Defensive Rookie of the Month, we got Jared Verse, and he's my Defensive Rookie of the Year pick. So this is looking nice. This is looking nice. I mean, you have 19 tackles. He has 5 tackles for losses. He has a sack, and he has 1 FF. I don't know what forced fumbles. Is that what it is? Forced fumbles. He has 1 forced fumble. So he's been phenomenal. He's been great. So shout out to Jaden Daniels. Shout out to Jared Verse. These are 2 guys that definitely were expected to be in this Defensive Rookie of the Month, Defensive Rookie of the Year, what week conversation all season long, and they're right now really killing it. Jared Verse is one of the few standouts right now in that Rams defense because that Rams defense hasn't been amazing, but he's been a dog. He has been an absolute dog, so shout out to both of them. Now let's talk about the AFC Players of the Month, and then we get to the week, excuse me. So of the month, we got AFC Offensive Player of the Month, which had to be Josh Allen. 814 passing yards, 106 rushing yards, 9 total touchdowns, and a passing rating of 116.5. I mean, he's been in the MVP conversation this season. He's still the MVP right now. I know he just got boat raced by the Ravens. And Sam Darnold is also top 2 right now in MVP conversation. So phenomenal work, phenomenal stuff for Josh Allen right now. I mean, I know they had that one bad game against the Ravens, but I still think definitely deserves it. Definitely still deserves it. AFC Defensive Player of the Month goes to Kyle Van Noy. He had 8 tackles, 7 tackles for loss, 6 sacks, and a forced fumble. Phenomenal stuff for Kyle Van Noy, doing great stuff on that Ravens defense. And then for AFC Special Teams Player of the Month, we got Chris Boswell, who put up 39 points with 11 field goals made out of 12. He's hit 2 for 2 for 40-yard field goals, and he was 5 for 6 from 50-yard field goals. So he's been pretty much automatic in the AFC. Phenomenal stuff here. Now in the NFC, Player of the Month was Sam Darnold. 68.9 completion percentage and 932 passing yards, 11 total touchdowns, and a passing rating of 118.9. Sam Darnold, of all people, did we think was going to be even a player of the week at one point ever this season? Probably not. My goodness. He's balling out. He's balling out in Minnesota. They have a game tomorrow in the morning. It's the first international, or the second besides the Brazil game. The first international game in London this year. It's going to be Jets-Vikings. So that's going to be amazing to watch. And then we get to the 1 p.m. slated games. So that's going to be that. Phenomenal stuff. Sam Darnold's been cooking. Aiden Hutchinson, he's going to win. He won NFC Defensive Player of the Month. 16 tackles, 6.5 sacks, 6 tackles for loss, and he has a forced fumble as well. Phenomenal stuff for Aiden Hutchinson on that defense. And then Brandon Aubrey, NFC Special Teams Player of the Month with 43 points, 12 for 13 from field goals, and he's hit 5 for 5 perfect from 40-plus yards, and he's 6 for 7 plus 50-yard field goals. So Brandon Aubrey, probably the best kicker in the NFL right now. Justin Tucker has been very inconsistent this year. A little bit concerning, but he's been great. He's been great. Top 5 leaders for tackles, as you can see, Nick Cross and AJ Speed tied at 47. Troy Anderson, 44, with Robert Spillane, 44, Zach Braun, 43, and Logan Wilson at 43 as well. Yeah, we got the unfortunate news that Jalen Phillips is out for the remainder of the season. He suffered with a knee injury in that game against the Titans on Monday Night Football. Oh my goodness, I'm fucking pissed. Again, he ends the season. Yeah, last year he ended his season like in week 12 or something like that. And we definitely needed him on that fucking defense. And now we lose him for the rest of the year and in week 5 coming up. I mean, it's just an absolute bummer that we don't have him now. But man, hopefully he recovers quick, man. Now, top 5 in rushing yards, we got Derrick Henry, who was phenomenal against the Bills last game. He was running through that fucking Bills defense like it was nothing. He's the leading leader right now in rushing yards with 480. Jordan Mason at 447. Saquon Barkley at 435. Alvin Kamara at 362. And then Jonathan Taylor at 349. So right now they've both been clicking. All 5 have been doing their things. Top 3 leaders for sacks right now: Aiden Hutchinson at 6.5, Calvin Noy at 6, Patrick Jones and Willie McDonald at 5 each. These were players of the week last week in week 4. So in the AFC, the offensive player of the week was definitely Derrick Henry. 199 rushing yards, 10 receiving yards, a rushing touchdown, and a receiving touchdown. Phenomenal stuff. Derrick Henry, amazing. Amazing, amazing, amazing. AFC Defensive Player of the Week was Chris Jones, defensive tackle for the Kansas City Chiefs. He had 4 tackles and 2 sacks against the LA Chargers. He was phenomenal. The anchor, the absolute anchor of that Chiefs defense. And then we have AFC Special Teams Player of the Week goes to Nick Folk, the kicker out of Tennessee. 17 points, 5 for 5 from field goals, and 2 for 2 from extra point attempts. So, yeah, because the fucking Tennessee Titans were putting up field goals, not touchdowns, because they're absolute dog shit. But guess what? The Miami Dolphins are also dog shit. What is new right now? NFC Offensive Player of the Week goes to Jared Goff. He was perfect, and I mean literally perfect. He was 18 for 18 in his passing percentage, 155.8 passing rating, 1 receiving touchdown, 2 passing touchdowns, 292 passing yards. He was phenomenal. He caught a touchdown pass from Amon-Ra St. Brown. That's amazing. That's football, guys. That's amazing. NFC Defensive Player of the Week goes to Troy Henderson, linebacker out of Atlanta, 16 tackles. He had a tackle for loss, and he had an interception turned into TD. He had a motherfucking pick 6, 47-yard pick 6 in the game against the damn, who the fucking Falcons played last week? Holy shit, I'm blanking out. I am blanking out whoever the fuck they played against the this is not against the Buccaneers because that was Thursday night. This is the game week. What the fuck they played in week 4? He was killing it. Then we got NFC Special Teams Player of the Week, Torrey Taylor. He had 5 punts. He averaged 55.4 punt average, and then inside the 10-yard line, he got 3 punts inside the 10. So that was great stuff for all these. Shout out to all the AFC and NFC Players of the Week, AFC, NFC Players of the Month, all that good stuff. Here I'm kind of leading into okay, let me look at the stat. Oh, actually no, this was before the. We'll look at it. Well, whatever, bro. So this is what it looks like in the AFC right now. The Bills on top at 3-1, the Jets at 2-2, the Dolphins and the Patriots. Oh my God, the Dolphins are below the Patriots. Oh my God, that's killing me. 1-3, 1-3. In the AFC North right now, the Steelers are running with it right now, 3-1. The Ravens are 2-2. The Browns and the Bengals are tied at 1-3 right now. In the AFC South, the Texans at 3-1, the Colts at 2-2. The Titans at 1-3, and the Jaguars are still looking for their first win of the season, as they're the only team without a win this year so far, 0-4. Then we got the Chiefs, obviously on top of the AFC West, nothing new there. The Chargers 2-2, Raiders 2-2, and the Broncos 2-2. Now in the NFC East, The Commanders, like I mentioned a little while ago, they're number one right now in the NFC East, 3-1. Cowboys and the Eagles are tied at 2-2, and then the Giants are at 1-3 in the division. The Vikings are right now the leaders in the NFC North with 4 wins, 0 losses. They're looking amazing. The Lions at 3-1, the Packers at 2-2, and the Bears at 2-2. Now, the Falcons just beat the Buccaneers on Thursday Night Football, so right now it is 3-2 between. I think right now it's the Falcons, then the Buccaneers, 3-2 right now, both teams, and then we got the Saints 2-2, and the Panthers at 1-3. Again, this is after Week 5 Thursday Night Football game between the Falcons and Buccaneers, which I'll get to that right after this. And then in the NFC West, we got Seahawks right now taking control of that division at 3-1, even though they just lost to the Lions last week on Monday Night Football, still up in the division. The Niners 2-2, the Cardinals 1-3, and the Rams are 1-3. So, oh yeah, and just to mention, only 2 undefeated teams remaining. It is the Chiefs in the AFC and the Minnesota Vikings coming out of the NFC. So that means this is going to be the Super Bowl in Week 5. Who is going to lose their first game? Is it going to be the Chiefs or it's going to be the Vikings? Who's going to be the last remaining undefeated team? By play and by how they've not looked amazing, I would have to say the Chiefs might be that team that could get their first loss soon. But honestly, it's very scary to see that the Chiefs are not playing their best football, offensively at least, and they're still undefeated. That's scary. And yes, I know the refs have also been sucking their cocks, and it's been helping them a little bit. But I don't really want to talk about the refs. That's not really my whole thing. Everyone loves shitting on the refs, and again, I could tag on to it at times, but to me, that's really not my fucking attention. I don't really spend my attention just telling the refs that they suck. I just really don't give a shit about that too much. But Chiefs still have looked good enough to be 4-0. While the Vikings, they've shown both sides of the football, they've been playing phenomenal. Against the Jets, we'll see. We'll see tomorrow, as I'm going to be making my predictions in a little bit. But let's talk about the Thursday Night Football game, man, which was actually quite entertaining, I would say so myself. The final score should be posted here somewhere. That's what I'm trying to look at. This is the halftime score. Okay, let me just move up a little bit. Where the fuck is it? Over here. Boom, bada bing, bada boom. So this is the Buccaneers Falcons. So yeah, the Falcons, as you can see, they beat the Buccaneers 36-30. That was the final score. My goodness, this was tonight's game. They were cooking, bro. They were cooking. They were feasting. All these fucking points. Oh my goodness, man. 66 points on a Thursday night football game. Oh my goodness. I would have never thought of it. This was actually an entertaining football game. Let me look at the stats actually. Let me go to kind of actually bring up the stats here real quick. So phenomenal stuff. Kirk Cousins, holy shit, he was phenomenal. Let's just bring up the stats here real quick. So as you can see here, Kirk Cousins, 42 for 59, 509 passing yards, in Atlanta Falcons record in passing yards, 4 touchdowns and an interception. Brian Robinson had 12 carries, 61 yards, 12 receptions for Drake London, 154 yards and a tutty as well. The Buccaneers, I mean, both teams offensively were putting fucking points on the board. Baker Mayfield wasn't too bad himself, 19 for 24, 180 yards and 3 touchdowns. Rashad White was 10 carries, 72 yards, was decent. I mean, but as you can see here, there were some great plays here. Drake London started off with a touchdown. Mike Evans then eventually got a touchdown. Then we put up to a Chase McLaughlin field goal. Darnell Mooney picked up a couple tutties in this game. He picked one in the second quarter. He picked one in the fourth quarter. Mike Evans also picked up a couple touchdowns as well in this one. Young Wei Koo picked up a field goal to tie the game at 17. But then a touchdown by Sterling Shepard late in the first half got the Buccaneers with the halftime lead, 24-17. A couple field goals later, here we are, 27-20. Darnell Mooney gets a touchdown pass to tie the game again. A couple field goals in, bada bing, bada boom. It's 30-27. The Buccaneers have the chance. They have the ball. They throw an interception. The Falcons throw an interception. and it looks like the Buccaneers can wrap it up with just with a first down. Unfortunately, they did not convert that fourth down, or they couldn't convert a first down, and eventually they had to punt the ball back to the Falcons, and that led to Kirk Cousins leading the way, getting a game-winning field goal, or game tying, excuse me, a game tying field goal, pushing them all the way for Young Wei Koo to put up a 46-yard field goal to tie the game and to force overtime. But he still ended up doing the same thing in overtime, putting up another game-winning drive in overtime by a 45-yard pass by Kadrell Hodge. While he got the game-winning touchdown. Phenomenal game, back and forth, phenomenal. Defense we know wasn't amazing. Only thing is, damn, they gotta change the overtime rules again. Why does one team get possessed? Why do they have one chance to get the football if they score? Why not let the other team try to tie the game? Make this into college football where one team gets the ball, they score, fine. Let the other team. They gotta score here, and if they don't score, and if they don't get that first down or whatever, they can no. If they score a touchdown, the other team has to score a touchdown, or else they lose. Like, why is it only in the playoffs those overtime rules apply? Why can it not apply in the regular season? Make it more fair throughout the entire season. Is it just to earn your wins more in the regular season? Because in the postseason, that's where it matters the most. So they're going to play it more fair there. But why not make it more fair in the regular season as well? I mean, why are we picking and choosing here? But either way, the Atlanta Falcons, dude, this offense looks great, man. This offense looks great. Kirk Cousins, he might be that guy, man. He really might be that fucking guy over there, dude. He's phenomenal, man. Again, we got to see what he does in the postseason because I know Kirk Cousins is not the guy in the postseason, but he wasn't also the guy in Monday Night Football and Thursday Night prime time. Kirk Cousins was dog shit just a couple years ago, but he's been really getting better in these primetime games. And the Falcons, they definitely got a couple of primetime games this season. So keep up stacking. The defense has been a little concerning, as you can see, 30 points. But the Buccaneers also, they kind of been up and down with their defense. I mean, they couldn't stop Bo Nix and the fucking Denver Broncos. And this time, the Atlanta Falcons, it was too much for them. It was too much for them. So the Buccaneers, they're 3-2, but a little bit of concerns with that defense, though. Now, again, they cooked the Eagles on Sunday, so that's for me to say that the Buccaneers still look like they're fucking Super Bowl contenders when they have to play against the goddamn Philadelphia Eagles. But against other teams, the defense kind of slow things down a bit sometimes. So I don't know. They make it make sense sometimes. But this was still a phenomenal game to watch. Super exciting stuff. Now let's talk about college football real quick. Go over some games. So again, we're now in the 3:30 slate of games since it's already 3:46 right now. So we're going to be looking at, as you can see here, some games already just started right now. The Georgia-Alabama, or not Georgia, excuse me, Auburn-Georgia game just started right now. I'm going to put that on actually right now. Let me just put that shit there. It's on ABC, bet. It's on ABC. Iowa and Ohio State are playing right now. It's on CBS. There it is. Georgia, Auburn, ABC. There it is. Perfect. All right. And yeah, we just have some games here. Man, Miami going against California. Let's talk about this game first because it's already here. Yeah, I got Miami winning against fucking California. College Game Day was here today. They're in California. That was when they were doing their special show today, this morning. They were down there in California, but Miami, I'm hoping they can put up a fucking battle. It's going to be late as fuck. The game won't end until like 1:30, but if it's Miami taking the dub, I'm just happy. And there's also UFC 3. Oh my god, there's UFC tonight too. Like a title fight, not like fight night. It's UFC 307. Pereira versus Roundtree Jr. Oh shit! Wow, I might watch it. Maybe. But I'm probably gonna be watching this game more. Maybe I'll put this on like my laptop and then I'll put the other games on my computer. So we got a couple games here to look through. Should be interesting to watch. So Colorado doesn't play this week, I don't believe, right? No. So obviously Miami's playing. Georgia, Ohio State, Ole Miss, Indiana's playing, Alabama's playing at 4:17, at 4:15, not 17. What the fuck? Clemson against Florida State, Boise State, and that fucking Ashton Genty. I might be watching a little bit of this game. It's on fucking FS2, but dude's fucking electrifying, man, to watch. Tennessee is playing against Arkansas, Michigan, Washington. Oh my god, the national championship rematch here. Is it really going to be that good to watch? We'll see. USC, Minnesota, Iowa State. Okay, so some of these games already finished. Holy fuck! Mizzou got their ass exploded by Texas A&M, 41-10. Holy shit! What happened? Oh my god! What the hell happened for Mizzou? Jesus! Damn! Well, they fucked up here. They fucked up there. SMU, they got the win against Louisville. Penn State, they beat UCLA. I was just watching that game for a little bit. This is yesterday's game. Syracuse. Oh, wow, they took down UNLV. Oh, UNLV, they're out of there. They're not in the top 25 after this week. Oregon, they beat up on Michigan State 31-30, or 31-10, excuse me. Okay, interesting. I mean, I'm really going to be watching definitely the Miami game. I'm watching the Georgia game right now. I'll watch some of the Alabama, some of the Boise State game, and I'll probably be switching in and out in some of these games. But it's also playoff baseball, postseason baseball, so I'm gonna have to switch it out here. You know what? This game just started. This Georgia game just started. I'm gonna put the fucking Tigers Guardians game because where is it again? It's on TBS, I believe. It's on TBS. So yeah, I mean, I like to put the games that are like later on, later on in the game, or later on in the game. I'll put those games on first. Yeah, like this game's already in the bottom of the eighth inning. Yeah, the Guardians already won this game. Well, I'm not gonna say anything. Who knows? The fucking Tigers can put up 8 runs in the top of the ninth inning, and then I'm here looking like, oh shit, I thought this game was over. But it's 7-0 Guardians. Game one of the division series, bottom of the eighth, no outs. It's there's the first out. There's the first out. Anyways, that is college football right now. I made my picks already, so let me just kind of look at them real quick. Where's college? College right here. Um, so I already made some of my picks for week. So right now I'm what? I'm 28-24 right now. 280 points, 86.8 winning percentage. So last week I went what 5-4. Oh yeah, because there was one game that was picked, but it was canceled. So oh that's a double for the Guardians. That's a double. I thought that was going to be a home run for a second. Shit. Yeah. So last week I was 5-4. Boo. Now shit. I was gonna pick Virginia. Damn it, man. I was thinking for like a whole minute. Like I was thinking for like a whole minute. Who did I pick? Boston College or Virginia for a second? I was about to go with Virginia, man. Boston College, what a fucking bums. Y'all, come on, man. Pittsburgh, they're 5-0. Okay. And then Mizzou, yes, I picked fucking Mizzou like a moron. Unbelievable, bro. Fucking believable. So right now, so far I'm 1-2. I'm 1-2 this week. So Oklahoma State, Nebraska, Michigan, UCF, Duke, Miami, Texas Tech. Do not let me down, especially you Texas Tech. I got y'all upsetting Arizona. All the other ones are some upset. This one's 50-50. I don't know about Florida. I'm going to pick UCF here. Michigan looks better to me. Nebraska with Patrick Mahomes Jr. Or toddler Patrick Mahomes. Fuck it. So we will see what happens. But let's just let's just go back. Let's just go back. Anyways, is that let me just make sure that's everything before we get to the oh yeah, Davante Adams, he also requested right now Davante Adams is in trade conversations. Right now he is absolutely 1000% in trade conversations. He does not want to be in fucking Las Vegas right now. He does not want to be in fucking Las Vegas right now. I saw them in the memes and everything. I saw that the Bills and the Chiefs are interested in getting Davante Adams. So if he does leave, Those could be two teams that could pick them up. I mean, Buffalo, if they can get fucking Davante Adams, the Chiefs, if they get away with getting Davante Adams, I'm sorry, like the NFL has to be fucking rigged, but we'll see. We'll see. So, um, I had the Buccaneers winning this game against the Falcons, but here we are. I'm 0-1 to start the week. Right now, last week, what I did last week, I was 8-8. Week 3, I was 6-10. Holy shit, I was terrible in week 3. This was slight improvement, 8-8, whatever. So right now, I'm 35-30. I'm ranked 287,392 overall, 73.2 winning percent. Bro, I have a C. I have a C right now. I use the winning percentage as my grade. I am at a C, dog. Like, man, this is a fucking C minus. Like, this is bullshit. Why am I at a C minus? I am currently borderline failing at these pick'em league class. I don't want to get a D here. So week 5 picks better be good because goddamn, and I'm already 0-1 to start the week. I'm already 0-1 to start the week. But anyways, this is the final segment of the episode. So get ready, ladies and gentlemen. Week 5 NFL predictions. Let's get straight to it. We already talked about the Thursday night football game. That's out of here. Now let's talk about the Sunday games and the Monday night football game. Let me just blow my nose one fucking before I make my prediction. What the fuck is up? All right. Gosh, Lord, please, man. I need to be better this week. I need to be better this week. I need to be feeling a lot better. I do feel a lot better. So thank you, God. But my goodness, man, like it's since Friday, since last Friday, just damn, like let it go. How many times, man? Blowing my nose this week gives me headaches. Like guys, it's been fucking terrible. I've been getting headaches nonstop, nonstop. Getting sick sucks balls. Congestion, headaches, all that is all bullshit. All bullshit. All bullshit. I need it out of my system. I need it out of my system. But at least I'm recording still. Getting it done. And also my coughing isn't terrible. Like it was bad, guys. It was bad. I tried to record this a lot sooner, guys. I know I still haven't uploaded my other episode, but it's out. I'll upload it soon. I promise. The other episode because it's been a couple days already, so I'll get there. Anyways, let's set this shit off. Week 5 picks. So starting off with the first game tomorrow, we got the first London game of the year. We got the Jets going up against the Minnesota Vikings. So looking at the Jets right now, they're looking pretty decent right now. They're looking pretty good. Last week, maybe not the best of games against the Broncos. I mean, you lost the Broncos 10-9. Offense was not clicking, but it was a rainy day. It was not really much. It was offense just being completely fucking shut down, and it was just all Knicks. I mean, he threw what for like 60 yards. He threw for like what 60 something yards. It was clearly a defensive battle in that game, and I mean, field goals, one touchdown involved in that game. Like clearly, it didn't take much for the Broncos to win that game, but the Jets defense they did what they could, but still, offensively, they just had a rough game. Weather, whatever, blah blah blah. Vikings, however, they've looked amazing. Like I just don't understand. I mean, obviously, offensively, like you got the best receiver in the league. You have some really good quality wide receiver twos, and you have a couple good tight ends. I mean, Hawkinson's still not back. So without TJ Hawkinson, they still have been able to really light this offense up. Jalen, what's his Jalen? not Jalen Rager, Jalen. I forgot his fucking last name, but he's been phenomenal. He's a young rookie. He was phenomenal right now so far for that offense. And Sam Darnold looks calm, just looks very calm, composed. He doesn't look like he's seeing ghosts out there. Dude is balling the fuck out, man. He's really playing like an MVP. Like it's the Vikings really looking phenomenal right now. And I just really don't know what the fuck to say. They're really looking phenomenal right now. I just can't. They're looking good. So riding high on the momentum, I'm going to pick the Minnesota Vikings. I think the Jets could definitely give them a run for their money here, because this is not in Minnesota and this is in fucking London. So home field advantage is kind of just like at a 50-50 here, pretty much. So I don't know. Are there going to be more Vikings fans? Are there going to be more Jets fans? Where are we going to stand here in London? But this is going to still be a good game to watch. Hopefully entertaining as fuck because we got both quarterbacks playing pretty well for the most part. I know Aaron Rodgers not playing like an MVP this year, or maybe not exactly as expected, but Vikings have been playing good football. Excuse me. I got confused with baseball because I'm literally watching a game right now. But still, give me the Vikings over the Jets. Next, we got the Carolina Panthers going up against the Chicago Bears. Andy Dalton was nice against that Raiders game a couple weeks ago, but last week against the Bengals, couldn't do much. Couldn't do much. They weren't terrible offensively. Defensively, gave up 34 points, I think. Not going crazy. Not going in any specific direction here. The Panthers are still dog shit. But they're not maybe the worst fucking team ever. Maybe they're still the worst. Are they the worst team right now in the league? Or would that be the Jaguars? Or would that be the Dolphins? Or the Titans? Are the Panthers better than the Titans, Dolphins, and the Jaguars right now? Probably you would say so, and maybe even the Giants. Put the fucking Giants in that bitch ass conversation. So you know what? Give me the Bears. Um, Caleb Williams actually looked solid last week. He looked pretty solid last week. Didn't commit too many turnovers. Didn't look too bad. So I think the Bears are still figuring it out, especially obviously defensively. They've looked pretty good, but offensively, they just need to pick up the pace a bit. But I think against the Panthers, I think that's a great matchup. I think they really got a good chance here. I think they got a really good chance here. Who knows, man? I think the Bears, they could pull through with this one. They could definitely pull through with this one. So I'm gonna pick the Chicago Bears over the Carolina Panthers. Next, we got the Baltimore Ravens going up against the Cincinnati Bengals. So the Ravens just came off of a big win against the Bills on Sunday Night Football. Phenomenal stuff. Derrick Henry was an absolute dog. Couldn't stop him. Couldn't fucking stop him. He was an absolute beast. The Bengals, and they finally got their first win of the season against the Panthers. Congrats, Bengals. Congrats. You got your first win of the year. Amazing stuff. However, you're going to go up against an elite Ravens defense. It's I don't know. I don't know. Against AFC divisional opponents, it's going to look pretty tough here. Um, this is going to be a battle. This is definitely going to be a battle. So I don't really think I'm going to get much out of here. Um, Offensively for the I don't think this is going to be such a high scoring game maybe for either teams. Well, if they play their A game, because the Bengals defense has also been fucking dog shit. So that's the problem. That defense just has not been good at all. So the offense has been clicking, but the Ravens defense has been falling out. So don't know where we can go here. I'm really thinking the worst case scenario is that the Ravens the fucking offense just absolutely takes over. That run game is already sniffed. Justice Hill, Derrick Henry, they're gonna run through that fucking Bengals defense. It looks like the game plan here is just for fucking Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase, and T Higgins, all those guys to really just lock in and just stay open, get a bunch of targets and just start running the ball. Are they gonna also be running the ball that much? I mean, if they're fucking down by a lot, is it really gonna take much for Cincinnati to use their best guy? I mean, their defense is I don't know, man. I just do not trust that fucking defense. Even if they play a complete game, the Bengals defense are going to allow some points. They're not going to allow the fucking Bengals only 10 points. Like it's not going to be that close. I want to pick the Bengals here because I think they can match up very well offensively, but defensively, it's a different story, man. It is a different story. I have to pick the Ravens, and they just look a little bit better right now. I could see the Bengals winning because of the offense, but defense, I do not trust them one bit. So Ravens, you could definitely, this might be a trap game, but I could see y'all taking this one because Bengals defense obviously just not been cooking. Next, we got the Miami Dolphins going up against the New England Patriots. So I think the Dolphins are the reason why I am sick. Um, they have to be a reason. I mean, my goodness, did y'all see that Monday Night Football game? Did y'all see that Monday Night Football game? Oh my goodness, bro! It is seriously just. I don't care how fucking I don't care how fucking terrible we look. I'm always gonna pick the Dolphins over the Patriots. Even if we probably look like the worst team, I'm still gonna pick the Dolphins. I'm gonna stay delusional for this week. Um, we can beat the Patriots, even with Tyler Huntley still adjusting to that offense, still obviously learning the playbook, and with our defense still cluttered with fucking injuries. But Odell would be back. Maybe Odell could be fucking nice in his first game of the season. Who knows? Maybe he could put up some decent numbers. I don't think he's going to be fucking balling the fuck out, but I think he can put up some good numbers. Another guy that, maybe Tyler Huntley's going to have a nice game against a pretty good Detroit Patriots, a good New England Patriots defense. But are they really anything elite? Are they really an elite defense? Are they really going to give us that much trouble? We'll see. But I could see at the very minimum our offense starting getting to some production against a fucking. And I know the Titans fucking almost killed us, but I think the Titans defense have looked a lot better than the Patriots defense so far this year. Even though they've had their battles up into whatever. This is the battle, honestly, either or. I could see either or winning, but I'm just gonna be biased and just pick the Dolphins here. I don't really care. Yeah, don't even have to say much on this one. The Cleveland Browns, I got y'all losing. Yeah, to the Washington Commanders, man. The Commanders have looked very good these past couple weeks. The Browns, defensively, they always look pretty good and comfortable, and they look great. But offensively, you can never get no fucking production, man. You cannot get zero production out of Deshaun Watson because that boy is fucking ass juice. He is fucking dog shit. Give me the Washington Commanders. They've actually been looking really good. So just on that. Hear me out, y'all. Hear me out. But the Indianapolis Colts going up against the Jacksonville Jaguars for some reason, Anthony Richardson is back in this game. Is he? Let me check. Let me just check real quick. If Anthony Richardson is back in this game, I'm still very questionable about my decision that I'm going to make in a second. But he is doubtful. He is doubtful to play um, tomorrow. So it's going to look a little interesting. But Joe Flacco right now is the backup quarterback, and they looked pretty good last week against the against the Pittsburgh Steelers. They beat an elite defense. They gave the Steelers their first loss of the season. However, this is going to be one of those games where it's going to be one of those games where a team beats like an elite team, whether it's elite offensively or an elite defensively, and then next week they lose to a fucking bummy ass team. And that's exactly what's going to happen because the NFL doesn't make sense. You beat the Steelers in elite defense, and then you beat the Jaguars who haven't fucking won a game, and then you lose to the Jaguars who haven't even won a fucking game this year. That's the NFL. Jaguars are going to get their first win of the season. It doesn't make sense. It's not supposed to make sense. I'm going with the Jaguars. And if the Jaguars win, I look like a genius. And I need to look like a genius because I don't want to fucking fail this. I want to look good. I want to look good. I want to know, I want to look like I know what the fuck I'm talking about. And even if it's just one fucking game, I don't care. So give me the Jaguars. If y'all lose, then whoa, big fucking surprise. But if y'all win, I'll give y'all some praise. And the Colts, if they lose, I mean, whatever. The Colts, I mean, I still have them as a playoff team. Don't get me wrong, but I don't have them heating up right now. I have them heating up maybe later in the year. Right now they can get some fucking shitty losses to the Jaguars. I don't give a fuck right now. That's fine, but Jaguars, I think you're finally going to prevail, get your first win. Offensively, that looks pretty mid, but maybe the defense can pick up a win for you guys. We'll see. This is going to be an interesting game. Bills versus Texans. Man, Stephon Diggs going to be playing against his former team, the Buffalo Bills. Um, I mean, great. This is going to be this is going to be nice. But the Bills right now, both teams, they've looked very good this season so far. Definitely postseason teams. However, the Texans they got their 3 wins against teams that weren't really that great. Um, so I'm a little concerned on like just on the competition or on the level of the teams that they've won kind of so far. And honestly, it doesn't really matter that much to be honest. But I don't know. The Texans haven't looked so like they haven't looked any. Let me correct myself. They haven't looked amazing compared to what they looked like last year. They look good, but they don't look great. I don't know. Is it just me? They look like a good team, postseason team, whatever, but they don't look like a team that could run this fucking AFC into pieces. I know the Chiefs still exist, and I know the Bills have looked very good too, but and the Ravens even had their ups and downs. The Ravens arguably might be looking a little bit better than the Texans, even though the Texans have a better record. You know, I don't know. I'm a little iffy on the Texans, especially against the Bills right now. They're going to really be challenging themselves here against a really good defense. Now, obviously, the Bills last week against the Ravens, they were getting punished. So I feel like it's going to be a bounce back game for the Bills. So the Texans, you got to have to prepare yourselves here. I really could see the Texans win this game. I don't think this is really far fetched to say, but I don't know. I've liked a little bit more from I've liked more from Buffalo than what I've liked from Houston. CJ Stroud's still a dog. He's still a beast, but I don't know. I just got to see the Texans really put up a complete game because offensively they had their struggles at times. Their defense also is kind of mediocre at times too. I don't know. They've looked good, but just not fucking. They haven't shown any flashes of great. Or let me just make sure. Like, have they really won a game in dominating fashion, or have they put up a complete game so far this year? Let me just double check. Like against the Jaguars, that was close. The Jaguars almost beat the fucking Texans last week. They got destroyed by the Vikings, so that's an obvious no. The Bears, the Bears were almost at that point trying to lose that fucking game, so that was pretty close. The Colts were giving them a run for their money, so they've been in very close games that they could have honestly lost. We say that the Chiefs are so lucky to be 4-0. Who would have the Texans? They could have been maybe a couple plays away from being 0-4. Who knows? Like the Texans have looked good, but not phenomenal, and that's just being real right now. So far, first 4 weeks, they have not looked amazing. Well, what I've seen from Buffalo. Yes, that fucking domination last week against the Ravens. Yes, they got manhandled by Derrick Henry. But guess what? Most teams are gonna feel that way as well. Next, we got the Las Vegas Raiders going up against the Denver Broncos, and just like that, the Broncos are 2-2. They were 0-2, and now they won against the Buccaneers. Now they won against the Jets back to back weeks. They're not winning against the fucking Las Vegas Raiders. I say that with so much confidence. Like, I don't know. Why am I picking the Raiders to win? Max Crosby is back in this game. I think he's going to be back for this game as he was out last week. I don't know. Raiders? Go Raiders, I guess. Do I not like the Broncos? I don't know. I guess I don't like the Broncos in this one. Fuck it. Give me the Raiders here. Arizona Cardinals versus the San Francisco 49ers. I'm kind of tempted to pick the Cardinals here for some reason. Yeah, but the not nah, I'm not gonna do it. Maybe, nah, that's not gonna be my upset. Technically, my upset's the Jaguars being the Colts, but whatever. You know what? I'm gonna pick the Niners. Fuck it. The Cardinals mediocre. They've looked mediocre. Marvin Harrison has had a pretty good season so far. Kyler Murray's had a decent year, but against the Niners defense, it's just too hard to stop them. Next, we got the Green Bay Packers going up against the LA Rams. The Rams are still depleted with injuries. I'm still very concerned about the Rams. I know they can pull up a fight here, but I'm going to go with the Green Bay Packers, man. I'm going to have to go with the Green Bay Packers. They've looked pretty stable. They've looked back and forth, with Malik Willis, they looked, pretty solid. They were getting some wins. And now with Jordan Love being back, he hasn't put a complete game yet. That game against the Vikings, I mean, they were fucking terrible in that first half. Second half, they were making it interesting, but they still weren't able to get the job done. Jordan Love should look a lot better throughout the year. He just came off of a fucking injury, so expecting things are going to get better here against the depleted Rams team. I don't think the Packers are going to have that much of a struggle here. So we'll see. So give me the Green Bay Packers to beat the Rams. Next, we got the New York Giants going against the Seattle Seahawks. Don't even have to waste my time here. Give me the fucking Seattle Seahawks. Yes, they lost the Lions, but offensively they looked pretty good, just minus a couple turnovers from Geno Smith. However, they've looked very good defensively, and offensively they've also have looked pretty good so far. They're 3-1. They're right now the best team in the NFC West. The Seahawks are not being talked about that much. Keep adding on to that conversation by beating a fucking mediocre to dookie water ass doo-doo dog shit your Giants team. Just rack up the points, fuck them up. Malik Neighbors, I'm sorry, you're a beast. Malik Neighbors, he's an absolute fucking dog. But the Steelers should absolutely pound the Giants. It shouldn't even be that much of a fucking decision. Anyways, primetime games. Here we go. Sunday night football. We got the Dallas Cowboys going up against the Pittsburgh Steelers. Two defenses that should be fucking elite. At least one of them is, and one is fraudulent this year. The Cowboys need a win against the Steelers, I feel like, because the Steelers right now are looking very good defensively. Last week was definitely a step in the wrong direction, a couple steps back, after losing to the fucking Colts. But Justin Fields looks good. The offense showed a lot of improvement. But unfortunately, it was really just Justin Fields lighting that shit up. Justin Fields looked like he's really going to have to take this fucking offense and control it himself. When the defense feels like, not really throwing it off much, it looks like Justin Fields is going to have to fucking run the football, pass, or a bunch of RPOs, whatever he has to do to get them in rhythm. The Steelers, I think, are in good position with Justin Fields. I think they're a good team. It's just there's not enough balance yet with that offense. They're just not as equally balanced offensively than they are defensively. Well, the Cowboys, honestly, offensively looked pretty good. Defensively, where the fuck is the defense? I mean, that's the heart and soul of the team for the most part. You got fucking studs on the defense, as just you have studs on the offense. Dak Prescott has been having a decent year. Where the fuck is the production for the defense? They've been allowing so many points, it's getting ridiculous. That Saints game, let's not even talk about the fucking Saints game. Last week, who did they play last week? The fucking Cowboys. They played against the who the fuck did they play against the Cowboys? Against the Giants. They barely beat the Giants. I mean, the defense wasn't terrible in that game specifically, but now offensively they were kind of struggling. So they still have not been able to really put a complete game since that week 1 game against the Browns. That's been their best game of the year so far. I mean, that was a complete game. They destroyed the Browns defensively and offensively. But other than that, they've just been very sloppy. All the other games, all 3 games, that Saints game, the Ravens game. Oh my God, Kyle Schwarber hit a home run. Oh, let's go. It is 1-0 Phillies. Right off rip. To bottom of the first inning. That was the second pitch of the fucking game. Oh my God, Kyle Schwarber. That was the third pitch of the game. Not of the game, of the bottom of the first inning, I meant to say. Oh my goodness. He absolutely sent that shit off to fucking outer space. It is 1-0 Phillies. Oh my goodness. Kyle Schwarber and his fucking leadoff home runs never miss. Never miss. And just like that, we have the lead. That is, wait, let me hold on. That is his 12th postseason home run with the Phillies. Most in postseason in franchise history. Wow, that's what it said. Holy shit. Um, Now Trey Turner's at the plate. Now that's great. Holy shit, Phillies, y'all gotta win this series, man. But anyways, back to football. So yeah, Cowboys just haven't been able to put up a complete game since that Week 1 game against the Browns. Steelers, yes, defensively wasn't flawless last week against the Colts, but they've looked better. They've looked better. I'm still riding high with that Steelers team. Maybe not the most fascinating team to watch, but I mean, when they're clicking, they're clicking. They're not looking. They're not the most boring team to watch out there. I mean, they still have a good team overall. So shout out to the Steelers. I got y'all winning against the Cowboys. And then now we got finally Monday Night Football. Just one game. We got Monday Night Football. We got the New Orleans Saints versus the Kansas City Chiefs. Now the Chiefs, they're 4-0. And yet, offensively, they really haven't been looking phenomenal. They have not been looking amazing offensively all season long. Travis Kelce has not been producing as much as he has been. He still doesn't have a touchdown. He's right now, his season stats are stats that he can put up in a fucking game. And if he was in his fucking prime, Hollywood Brown is out. Pacheco is out for the next couple months. Rashid Rice is out for a handful of time. It looks like he's going to be out for the rest of the season, unfortunately, maybe. I don't know if it's confirmed that he's out for the year, but I got a bunch of reports that it looks like he is. So, bro, they're already depleted on offense. They have Carson Theo. They have Pete Ryan in the backfield. They obviously still have Kelsey. They have Xavier Worthy. Worthy's just going to have to step up and be that fucking ultimate weapon for Mahomes if Kelsey's still not producing. And again, the run game, they're going to have to use the fucking run game a lot more. Carson still could be the Pacheco replacement, as he has been since Pacheco went down. But defensively, if they're still fucking balling out defensively, the Chiefs are going to still win ball games. It doesn't matter if they don't fucking put up 3 touchdowns in a game. The Chiefs defense have been phenomenal this year. That's why they're 4-0. Literally, that's why they're 4-0. I know you guys want to talk about the fucking refs, and I know they suck. Water is wet. The floor is the ground. The sky is blue. Grass is green. A soccer ball is a soccer ball. 2024 is the year 2024. Like, no shit. They suck. We know. We know. But you got to give props to where it's due. I know it's the damn Chiefs, and they win. Oh, enough. Stop it. Bro, that defense is so fucking good, man. And I know the offense hasn't been playing good. Bro, Mahomes has been mid. I'll be the first one to say it. Mahomes has been mediocre. He's been mid this season, and they're still undefeated. That's insane, bro. That's insane. Mahomes is the best quarterback in the NFL overall. Not right now. He's not. Right now, he is not playing like the best quarterback in the NFL. That's fucking Josh Allen, Sam Darnold, maybe Lamar Jackson. You can put, right now, it's a different story. Obviously, overall, it's still Mahomes with the fucking Super Bowls, championships, MVP. Obviously, it's still Mahomes overall, but right now, the fucking Chiefs, offensively looking mediocre to almost dog shit. And they're 4-0 because that defense is so goddamn good. Because Chris Jones is an irreplaceable fucking player. He's literally a god on the fucking field. He can do no wrong. He's amazing. He is amazing. He is amazing. And shout out to a bunch of other guys on the defense. Carl Lafkis. Fucking dude, what's his fucking name? Creed Humphrey. God damn, there's some dogs down there in the fucking trenches. And the O line a little bit concerning. a little bit shaking for the Chiefs. The defense has been balling the fuck out, man. The offense, if they pick it up, oh boy, oh fucking boy. However, the Saints, I mean, first 2 weeks of the season, offensively, Alvin Kamara, Derek Carr looking like the fucking, they were looking like Drew Brees and Michael Thomas in 2019. Like, they were looking phenomenal. It was the best. Well, I mean, I know he was a running back. Kamara was a running back and um, not Michael Thomas. Whatever. But still, they looked phenomenal the first 2 weeks. Now they've kind of been slipping under the rug a little bit. They lost last two games. Last week the Saints lost to. They lose to last week. They lost to the Falcons in a close game. It was a battle though, and then the Saints lost before that Falcons game. They lost to the Eagles. So they were. I mean, they've been in close games. It hasn't like they've been gotten blown out or anything. They lost to the Eagles because our Eagles defense actually showed up that game. And then the Falcons, I mean, offensively, they were able to get it done, and they won by a game-winning field goal. So I can't really blame too much on the Saints here. They've lost some close games. They could have won either or. Again, they could have been 4-0, but that's just the woulda, shoulda, coulda game. Right now, the Chiefs, just how they are stacked right now defensively, they're looking a lot more better. They're looking a lot better than the Saints right now. Even though I know the offense has been mediocre as fuck, they're just looking like the better team, and I got the Chiefs winning. And as long as the Chiefs are winning football games, it's just hard for me to pick against them. Like it really is. How many points will be scored in Saints versus Chiefs? 40, 42, and probably mm, yeah, 42. Fuck it. We'll add up to 42. All right, just to recap it real quick. So my week 5 NFL picks, I got the Vikings over the Jets. I got the Bears over the Panthers. I got the Ravens over the Bengals. I got the Dolphins over the Patriots. I got the Commanders over the Browns. I got the Jaguars over the Colts. I got the Bills over the Texans. The Raiders over the Broncos. The Niners over the Cardinals. The Packers over the Rams. The Seahawks over the Giants. The Steelers over the Cowboys. And the Chiefs over the Saints. Also, just one more thing. So the teams that are on bye week this week are the Detroit Lions, the LA Chargers, the Philadelphia Eagles, and the Tennessee Titans. So they're on their bye week. This is the first week with teams on their bye week. So obviously, yeah, no Eagles, no Titans, no Chargers, and no Lions for this week. But next week they will be back. Let me look at the teams next week that's going to be on their bye week. Oh, the Chiefs are going to be on their bye week next week after the Monday Night Football game. So are the Dolphins, so are the Vikings, and the Rams. So those are going to be next week's week 6's bye week teams. But that is that, y'all. That is that. How long have I been recording? An hour and 17. Not too long. Not too long of an episode. We actually got it under an hour and a half. But that is it for today's episode. I'm going to be working on my music episode in a little bit, so I can get these episodes out. I still have my last episode still waiting to be uploaded. So, and also a couple YouTube videos ideas that I still have that I'm going to put out. I haven't been as stingy with the music video reactions, but I haven't been. I still have a couple that I want to get to react to. K-pop, I still gotta do all that shit. The music episode's coming out in a little bit. I promise. I promise. See you guys in a bit. Take care. Peace out, my friends.